วัสดีค่ะ
Hi guys, welcome back to another video here on Thailandbound. I hope you can hear me. It's quite noisy. I'm next to a highway, but the reason I'm here at a family Honda dealership. And the reason I'm here is one of my viewers who's just moved out to Thailand has asked me to recommend somewhere good to buy a bike. Now, I bought my Honda Click 160 from here, and the reason I bought it from here is about 30 minutes from Bangkok. I will drop a map in, 30 minutes from Nana rather, not Bangkok, we're still in Bangkok. I will drop a map in, and the reason I picked this shop to buy my motorcycle from is because when I was doing my research initially, there were a lot of kind of mom and pop shops that weren't actually dealers, they just had motorcycles. There was no English spoken, my Thai's not good enough, and I just wasn't happy with them. I went to a few other Honda dealerships, but I couldn't really get the level of English from a salesperson. Here, they have a guy here who I'll introduce to you a bit later on. He's a salesman, part of the family business, but he speaks great English and he was great help. He answered all my questions about warranties, services and everything like that. And they just have a great selection of bikes here. They have a lot of brand new bikes, all the models, and they have a great selection of second-hand bikes as well. And what I'm going to do, I'm just waiting for the guy to turn up so we can speak to him. But in the meantime, I will show you a selection of what they have on sale here. If you decide to come here, it's about 30 minutes, 20 minutes to 30 minutes in a taxi if you take the highway. And it might seem quite far because there are dealerships nearer than this to where you'll be. But I would definitely recommend getting in a taxi and coming out here, because once you're here, just being able to communicate with a guy like you can communicate with somebody in your own country makes all the difference. And that's the reason, as I say, why I bought mine here. So it's very hot, very bright here today. I'm hoping this all comes out. This is actually the service area. But I brought my bike to be serviced here for its 1,000 kilometer service. The next one will be 6,000. And believe it or not, the service cost me 300 baht plus the oil. 300 baht, I guess, is around £7.50, $8. You wouldn't get a service for that price in your own country. So what I'm going to show you next is the selection of second-hand bikes, because a lot of guys I speak to buy bikes, they say, oh, I think I'll buy a second-hand one, that'll do me, save money. But you know, a brand new one, the latest one, you're only talking, you know, 60, 70,000 baht. I think it's better to get the new one because you've got the guarantees. There isn't any prices on these bikes, but I can tell you from when I was looking, something like this with maybe 30,000 miles on it would probably be about 30, 35,000 baht. So probably half the price of a new one, but you know, it's got a little bit of damage on it. And you know, it's nice to have something brand new that you know where it's been from day one. I believe these are second hand as well. These are the little Scoobies now, they're quite popular. You see, it is on a very busy highway, but it's not too far from central Bangkok. Okay, let's go and have a look at some of the newer models. So all these bikes here are all brand new. There's a better selection indoors, but they have a lot of bikes here, a lot. Now the only downside is it's very difficult for a foreigner to get hire purchase here, and it's very, very expensive as well. I did ask about that. I wasn't going to do it myself, I just asked. But if you can just come up with a cash, you know, a bank transfer, it's just so much easier. The insurance, I believe, fully comp is about 1,900 baht a year. I had to pay for it. They didn't give me it with a bike. I tried to do some deals, but they deal hard here. Maybe you can do better than me. Oh look, it's Edward again. You're here to buy a bike, I believe.
I'm gonna buy a bike. Yep.
Or at least inquire about a bike.
No, buying one.
Okay, great. So you normally, when you buy your bike, they gave me a free helmet, but it wasn't a real nice one like these. It was a bit of a cheapie, but it done for to start with. And you can buy them from Lotus and any big department store. They're not expensive, 500 baht to 1,000 baht generally, slightly more.
Don't scratch my bike.
You've decided on this one, have you?
I want this bike, but I want it red.
Okay. What is it?
So So this is the Honda ADV 350.
Yeah, okay.
It's got a 339cc motor in it. It's a little bit larger than a 160.
Yep.
From that perspective, a little bit bulkier, but I think it'll be still good enough on the Bangkok roads.
Yeah. And what's that going to cost brand new?
About 190,000 approximately.
You look busy. No, it's okay. I'm joking. And they have some larger bikes here, as you can see. Okay, I've managed to track down Kun Wissit. I hope I pronounced the name. Thanks for seeing me again.
Good to see you again.
I think you've managed to sell Edward a motorcycle in under 5 minutes, is that right?
Yes.
He's a really good salesman. Okay, not surprisingly. It must be nearly a year since I bought mine from here.
Almost that.
Almost a year. We did the first service, second one 6,000. I've already mentioned to everybody I was very happy with the service.
Thanks.
It's a family-run business, isn't it?
You're right.
Yeah. So if somebody came in here today and they didn't really know a lot about scooters, they just thought, I want a scooter. What are the latest models? What would you recommend if somebody just wanted something just to get around on? They're not going to go so far, just an in-town scooter. What is the latest kind of model that you'd recommend at the moment?
Okay, so if you're saying you are using in the town, so I would suggest you to go for the automatic bike.
Absolutely.
And which now we have the newest model called G Ono Plus.
Okay.
It's a scooter like has the modern classic design.
Okay, and which one is that? We'll go and have a look at that in a minute. Is it
This one.
Oh, this one here. Let me just
right here.
turn this round.
Yeah.
What size engine is it?
Okay, 125 cc.
Okay, so that's a small engine. I went for the 160 because I'm a heavy guy, and if I have somebody on the back, it just gives you that extra bit of oomph.
So we have the Click 160, the same model you bought.
Yep.
Yeah.
And how much is the Click going for at the moment, brand new, the 160? What does it cost?
The brand new one, say 70 to 80K.
Oh, okay, so it's gone up because it was when I bought it was 70, but I got the limited edition. If I'd have got a normal one, it would have been about 65,000, right?
Yeah, right.
And something like this, because this looks really smart. How much would this cost?
Around 66K.
Oh, not as much as I thought, and that's a 125.
It's smaller engine.
Smaller engine, yeah.
Right.
It looks very trendy, very modern.
Right. It's an Italian design, actually.
Right.
Yeah.
I went to the motor show last week, the big motor show, I forget the name of it, but I noticed they had a lot of electric scooters there.
Yeah.
The electric seems to be taking off in a big way here in Thailand. Have you found that more and more people are asking you for electric scooters or they want the petrol?
Okay, so there are so many customers asking for the EV bike from us, but for Chopanya model, we only sell Honda brand. So the Honda is now offering the rental for the EV bike. Right. And they don't have the for sale yet.
Okay, so if you rent electric bikes, what sort of price do you rent for?
It depends on the terms. If you say for 12 months, the starting price 3,500 baht per month.
Okay, and what about charging? Where would they go to charge it? I guess they're all over the place, are they?
You have to find the swapping station. It's a battery swapping.
Ah, okay.
Yeah,
so you
it's
swap
everywhere
the
in
battery.
Bangkok. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's an option. When I came in here the last time, we talked a little bit about finance, and you were saying it's quite difficult for foreigners to get finance. It's better to just do a bank transfer, right? Why is it so difficult for foreigners to have finance?
Actually, you have to provide some documents. Like first of all, you have to have the passport visa,
right.
You have the work permit, and the certificate of residential from the embassy.
Okay, so you need to have that. You need to have a work permit to have finance. Is that right?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, so work permit if you want to finance, but it's really difficult. I mean, when I didn't want to finance, but I just asked you about it. But it's just so much easier to just do a bank transfer, isn't it?
Right.
So what I know, but I'm just asking you for the video. So what if somebody came in here and they said, I want that bike, it's 70,000, I'll transfer you today. What documents do they need to show you as a foreigner?
Yeah. Also, you have to need the passport, visa.
Yep.
And of course the certificate of your resident.
Yeah, so that's so that's the one from immigration to just say that you live in that particular apartment block. Yeah.
In order to make the registration completely.
Yeah. And then when you get the bike, I remember when I got mine, you don't get the plate immediately. That takes about about 10 days or something.
Yeah,
for the plate?
around 2 weeks, I would say.
But it's weird because here, you know, in England, for instance, as soon as if you rode a bike without a number plate on it, you'd get stopped every day. But here, you can actually ride the bike as long as you've got the documentation, no number plate. I never got stopped once, and I was in central Bangkok, so they kind of give you the leeway without okay. So I can't remember what the insurance was. Is it fully comprehensive I had on mine? I think it was. I don't know if you remember.
I think it is.
And how much was it for the year? Do you remember?
Around 2,900.
Okay, so I said outside 1,900, so I wasn't far off. And what about the road tax? Because on the 125, it's about 400 baht.
Around that.
400 baht a year, £10, $11. I've got the 160, so it was slightly more. I can't remember what it was, the tax. Do you remember?
Slightly higher, I would say like 600 to 700.
600 or 700, so it's not going to break the bank. And I think the scooters, they have a 5-litre tank on them on board, is it? 5 litres of fuel?
Yeah.
5 litres, I fill mine up maybe once every 3 weeks, once a month, you know. It costs me, 120 baht to fill it up, so it's really good value. Great way to get around, but you've got to be very, very careful because it can be dangerous. Do you get, when people buy brand new bikes from you, do you get many people have accidents and bring them back for repair, or not so much?
Not so much, and we hope that
absolutely. Okay, all right. Well, I'll have a look around again at the bikes. I think I've asked you everything that everybody needs to know. I will, like I said at the beginning, I'll put a map in so you can see exactly where it is with instructions to give a taxi driver if you want to come over by taxi. So really, to end with, I'd just like to ask you, what would you, in your opinion, why is your shop maybe better to come to than, say, another Honda dealership, other than the fact that you do speak English, which is a great help to foreigners, as does your mother? I didn't know, but she does. Is there anything that you pride yourself on, like anything more you can tell me about the shop that's different to other Honda shops?
Yeah, so our shop, our first priority is to have the customer satisfaction. We basically focus on 6 S. Yes. Including sales, service, spare part, second hand, safety, and society.
Okay, what's the last one? I don't really understand.
So society. So we try to have like kind of event activity with like outside the company,
okay.
with the kids or helping. Yeah, we try to educate and acknowledge the how to ride a bike since they were young.
So if somebody they're not very experienced or they haven't ridden a bike, do you know people where they can go along and have a course on a bike and learn to ride a bike? You can recommend it? Yeah, okay, that's great. And any idea of prices, what people like that charge per hour? Or
I'm not sure, but before you get the driving license, we have the course and it's free of charge if you buy from us.
Okay, so you do a course. Because I didn't need to take the course, so obviously I ride bikes. But so that's a great thing to know. If you buy a bike brand new from here, they'll put you on a course if you're not that experienced on riding a bike, and that's free of charge. Is there anything else free that you give with a brand new bike? Not too much, I think, right?
Yeah, just a helmet, jacket.
I forgot the jacket. I got the jacket, but being big, it was built for your size, not my size. So I think I gave it to the lady who works in my apartment building. She was very, very happy. Okay, and it is a family business, isn't it?
Right.
Okay, so that's what I liked about it. A family business, you know. They did. I'm not just saying this for the case of the video. When I came here, he looked after me. He showed me what bikes, gave me the advice, and I got the bike very quickly. And today, Edward's here. He knew what he kind of wanted, but he's already committed to a bike. And I think that, as I said at the beginning, it was under 5 minutes, wasn't it? So you're a good salesman, right? Right, I think that's all the information that you need, guys. All I'm going to say is, thank you very much.
Thank you, Peter.
Kunwizit. The information, as I said at the beginning, I'll put the company details in the description. There'll be a map. You'll see the map in this video. Anything else I need to tell people how to find you or anything like that?
Yeah, so we are Chopanya Motor. We are selling Honda bike for all models you can find. Yeah. So welcome everyone, not only foreigners, but everyone who watching this video, and looking forward to seeing you all.
Good sales pitch. Okay, can I just ask you one last question? And this is just for me, really, not just out of interest. What's your ratio of, say, foreigners buying bikes to Thais buying bikes? 10% foreigners, 5% maybe?
Around 5%.
5%, so not so many. But why do you think they come to you and they don't go to one in town, for instance?
I think we have the full service. Not only the language, but the service is our key.
Yeah. I mean, for me, I said at the beginning, I went around a lot of shops. And again, I'm not just saying this for the video. The thing is, it's a one-stop shop here. I bought the bike, I had it insured for me. They did the plate for me. The tax got done for me. He told me when to come back for the service. Like I said, it was 300 baht for the first service, plus the oil. I actually broke the horn because I was carrying a carrier bag and it caught the horn, and I brought it here and I had to have it changed. They changed it. It's a whole fitting around the handlebar they had to change it. And I think it was like 900 baht. I came here, I sat here, they gave me a bottle of water. An hour later, I left with it was all brand new again. So great service. I would highly recommend it, I would really. So once again, thanks very much.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
yeah, hopefully you get a few customers out of this video.
Sure.
Once again, thanks for joining me for another video. I'll be back real soon. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope it's of use to you if you're coming to Thailand and you need to rent an electric motorcycle or you just want to buy one outright. This is the place to be. Thanks a lot, and I'll see you on the next video.